Welcome one, welcome all, and welcome to Friday Fright Time, where every week I, Connor, along with my trusty sidekicks Kofi and Stu, dissect horror movies from throughout history, tearing our favourite, most memorable moments to pieces. This week, we're going all the way back to 2009. Fuck's sake.
This week.
You made me sound like fucking like Richard Iowani or something.
This week, we've watched another film.
And this one was about horrible lesbian vampire killers. Guess what it's about? Yeah, so we're bringing in some Gavin and Stacey stars for this one. Gavala and Smithy, James Corden and Matthew Horne. And that is basically it. They are lesbian vampire killers. Not much more to say. So let's get straight into the film. Kofi, Stu, how are you doing this week, boys?
Yeah.
Questionable emotions, really.
That was genuinely more enthusiastic than you ever are for an introduction, Stu.
What are you trying to say, mate?
I'm saying that you're a miserable cunt of this trio. If we were the Three Musketeers, you would be the one that would most likely kill the other two.
I've thought about it a few times. I'm only watching these films to get some ideas.
How do we start this episode?
We already have.
Yes!
With the intro.
I think you've done it by going, welcome one, welcome all.
Yeah, so we all like James Corden here, don't we?
Fuck off, mate. Jesus Christ.
Battle rap legend.
Battle rap legend!
My God. Fucking idiot. Such a fucking shit actor, isn't he? It's like he just takes his one character and just applies it to every single thing he does.
He's just Smithy no matter what.
Every single role, he's just loud, has a bit of a rant, and that's it.
Yeah.
And Matthew Horne's the same. In Gavin and Stacey, he's like a quiet, reserved, shy, but kind person, and that's all he is in this film as well. They're very one-dimensional actors, to be fair.
It's just kind of weird for me, because I hadn't seen Gavin and Stacey ever, so the first thing I really saw James Corden get big from was presenting and stuff. And this is the first film I've seen him acting. I just think he's shit. Yeah. It's kind of like seeing Paul O'Grady acting or something for me, because I've
Paul O'Grady! This film would have paid so much better. Alright, you dirty slag, get your fucking mitts off.
But a side note, today, my mum turned around and said, oh my God, I can't believe Sean O'Connery's dead. He was my favourite comedian. And I was like, Sean Connery, a fucking comedian? What are you on about? And she went, that Scottish one. I was like, do you mean Billy Connolly? And she's like, yeah, he's dead, isn't he? No. Fucking completely different people.
I love how at the start there you said Sean O'Connery.
Did I?
the Irish James Bond, is it?
Fucking hell.
I'll have a shake and not stored, you cunt. We've deliberated a lot this intro. Let's pull it back to the film. So we get a little intro at the start of this movie where we see Camilla, the vampire queen, and a baron who is one of the old relatives of Matthew Horne in this movie, one of the lesbian vampire killers. So yeah, what happens here, Stu?
I was reading the text. Wait, start again. Hang on. Kofi, what do you think?
I think what happened was there was some vampire that placed a curse on this other man's entire family, generations down, so that all of the women would turn into lesbian vampires at the age of 18. Wow, trivia.
Trivia? It's not trivia, it's just what happens. Kofi's here with some trivia about Jaws.
There's a shark.
So yeah, then we get a few years down the line. We're now in the present day, and the Baron's descendant is Jimmy, and he's best mates with Fletch. That's James Corden's character. Jimmy gets broken up with by his ex.
Gets broken up with?
Yeah. All right, phrase it better for me, please.
His girlfriend leaves him.
She leaves him to go get piped by some other guy that then just turns out he's married, doesn't it?
Yeah. She turns up at his door. The wife's just like, excuse me, go away.
Yeah, she goes, who are you? I'm his wife. Oh, very good script writing.
Lesbian Vampire Killers. So yeah, the lads go down the pub and they decide to get a few jars in. Already I'm pissed off because James Corden's like, oh, I'm absolutely fucking shit-faced here, mate, after 6 pints. Piss poor effort this.
Oh, mate, you can tell you're fucking northern. That would get
really
most southerners cunted.
Only because they can afford 6 pints.
Yeah, that's a house up north, isn't it? What I don't get is they go, let's throw this dart at this poster on the wall to pick where we're going to go on holiday. Not only does the dart somehow defy gravity, no one is pissed off that they've just thrown a dart into the wall. It wasn't like a dartboard, it was just a poster.
Oh, yeah.
And like the barman's like, "Oh, mate, I fucking spent a tenner on that. What you doing throwing darts off
Yeah,
it?"
exactly. Like, you can pay for that, you pair of cunt. You only bought 6 pints and you're fucking throwing this around.
Decorate the full pub with 6 pints worth of money.
You can tell I'm getting old because I'm like the bloody riffraff down the pub throwing their darts around, damaging the walls.
It's the fact the dart bends in like midair, like fucking what's that James McAvoy film?
One, isn't it?
Yeah. How are we gonna make the bullet bend around targets? Just flick your wrist a bit.
Every time you shoot, you got to like throw your arm across your body. And I don't know why I'm doing it. I'm holding a remote control, throwing my arm around.
Jimmy and Fletch. Jimmy's depressed because he's now single from being broke up with by his ex. and Fletch is also depressed because he's now not got a job. So they decide, we'll throw this dart at this map and then we're going to go on a hitchhiking holiday. And they go there and find that it's just full of these nearly German lasses.
Oh my god, they're fucking terrible. Just one girl sat in the back of the van going, yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Got a massive fucking spliff hanging out her mouth. It's like, oh yeah, we're gonna go to the pub now. Yeah. Oh, there's something knocking on the window. Yeah.
I think the only bit that I genuinely laughed at was where, much later on in the film, where I'm just going to call him Smithy because that's the character he was. He just starts pissing himself laughing, and the guy's like, "What are you laughing at?" And he's like, "It's a cock," and the sword is just shaped like a cock.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the sword that is going to destroy the vampire woman from the beginning forever, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, because she's a lesbian, so you put a cock in her, she dies. It's not even anything to do with being a vampire, it's just lesbians.
Oh, we do have in this film, though, a proper priest.
Yes, we do.
priest.
Not a waxy priest.
Is he a priest or a vicar?
Well, he's referred to as a vicar, but he can get fucked off. It's a priest.
What's the difference between a priest and a vicar?
It's a good question, actually. Kofi's the religious expert amongst the three of us.
Fucking hell, I don't know any shit about priests and vicars. I don't know what they do.
Has it been wiped from your memory?
Ouch! Jesus Christ. Well, whoever he is, he's probably the best character in this film.
I quite like the women in it.
All of those semi-Germans.
All of which I assume are called Svetlana.
The most generic German girl name you can think of.
Were they German?
It sounds like an absolute Belarusian name, man.
There's definitely a Swedish one in there.
Yeah, Swedish, nearly German. It's close enough.
Close enough to wherever they're from.
They're just nearly European. So yeah, these girls are the girls that get turned into some lesbian vampires later in the film, and they have no strength. They are weak as piss. One of them beheaded with a frying pan.
Brilliant kill. Fucking amazing.
It's widely known lesbians have two main weaknesses: cocks and frying pans.
We're independent women, we don't cook.
Yeah, we don't cook, we don't take cock.
Smithy and Gav. Fuck their character names. It's just Smithy and Gav in it. So they go into the pub and they're getting like stared at really sort of intensely, and they just go up to the bar, ask for a couple of ales, and they just get given 2 already open bottles.
Just right there.
Double beers, please. So anyway, the priest has got a 17-year-old daughter.
Dirty bastard as well. I thought they were meant to be celibate.
The priest?
Yeah? Is that not a thing priests do?
No, because they have sex all the time with children.
So, Jimmy sat down, well, they both sat down, aren't they? And the vicar just turns and he's like, "Oh my goodness, it can't be!" And like runs towards him. And I think it turns out he recognises him from being this person's great descendant. And how the fuck he recognises him, I don't know, because he doesn't look anything like the other guy.
What, even though it was the same actor?
Yeah, but still.
And then basically they say, go and fucking stay in this place with the lesbians, because what they're actually doing is trying to sacrifice all these people to the vampires, so the vampires don't then kill the people that like to drink in a pub together. So they send them off to this place with the lesbians, and they start getting hammered and have a little party, don't they?
With the little CD player with now that's what I call music 22 on it.
Oh, mate, they pump out some bangers on that.
Those CDs were fucking amazing.
It's basically a 90s, like, cheese playlist. It's fucking well good.
They love a bit of Venga Boys, don't they?
Oh, I love a bit of Venga Boys. Fucking hell. Do you know they're still touring?
No
well, not
way.
in a minute, because no one's touring right now, are they? But
I was going to say.
yeah, they're still going, mate. You can still go and, like, watch them. They're always fucking playing.
That's it.
Like on the Venga bus, you've got to have like a 2 metre distance on the seats.
So they're all having this little, like, Euro trash party. And
Euro trash! That's what their fucking accents are. Isn't it?
Oh my god, they so fucking hell.
if you know, you know. And that's all I'm going to say there. One of them needs a piss, so she goes outside, but she's scared. She takes another one. This is the point where the lesbians descend and start lesing up with everyone, whilst obviously making them vampires. They go looking for them. The rest of the ghoul gang go looking for them.
Nice.
Hashtag ghoul gang. Go looking for them. They stumble across a group of women lesing up in the forest. Instead of just enjoying that moment, like most people would do, one of them just rams a massive log through one of them.
Very fucking easily, doesn't he?
It's not like it's sharp. It looks like a massive twiglet.
Yeah, just a knobbly little branch.
You know, knickknacks. It looks like a big knickknack. Somehow she just rams it through her. It turns out that if you're a lesbian vampire, now I don't understand this, must be science, maybe one of you two get it, but if you're out there and you're a lesbian vampire, please dial in now and tell us why you're filled with jizz.
It's like the most obvious special effect though, isn't it? It can't be anything else. It's clearly only spunk.
My favourite death in the film, though, was when the other one...
Jimmy, you mean?
Jimmy.
Yeah, why not? Let's go with that. So when Jimmy's girlfriend turns up, she's turned into a vampire, so he just fucking puts an axe straight through her fucking head and basically cuts her in half. But I thought that was
great.
quite a good little death, that.
I love that kill. He screams like fucking Tarzan just as he's pushing it like all the way through her.
Like what? Do an impression.
That's very bad. But again, what you're going to have to do, you're going to have to rewind and play the original and then replace it with my voice.
Yes. Because that always goes down a treat.
Yeah. Do you notice when Jimmy falls in love with, well, he like starts to like Lottie, one of the needy Germans?
Is that her name, is it?
Yeah, she's called Lottie, and he goes, "Oh, I like Lottie. Looking into our eyes is like looking into bottomless pools." Who the fuck wants to stare into bottomless pools?
How do you know if a pool's bottomless or not?
Yeah, I can only see so far down, so it's like, oh, it might have a bottom, but I just can't fucking see it.
That's what I mean.
You just see just darkness? So he's just saying, like, I like her eyes, they're just terribly dark.
Where would the water go if it's bottomless?
Australia.
Maybe it's the Bermuda Triangle.
There you
That's
go.
what it is. The Bermuda Triangle's in Lottie's eyes.
Shit.
To be fair, yeah, I mean, it's probably less romantic to say your eyes are like staring into the Bermuda Triangle of a potentially bottomless pit, but I'm not sure if it's bottomless because no one could tell.
You wouldn't say it on a card, would you?
Yeah.
Valentine's card.
Maybe you would. Hallmark, hit us up.
It opens it up and it starts playing DJ Black Guy on the inside.
No, it's got Venga Boys bumping out of
Yeah!
it. And then it just says in it, you know, your eyes are like, and then compares it to things that aren't possible.
Like lesbian vampires?
No, mate, you've just watched a documentary about it.
Is this a documentary? Is it? Oh shit, I didn't realise James Corden was playing himself.
He fucking is.
Oh yeah, he is!
Can't play anyone else. Dickhead.
But even when, like, you're on about Jimmy's ex-girlfriend coming to find them, I don't know how she's found them,
know,
by
yeah.
the way. Like, it just happens to go to all the same places in this desolate fucking village. But she gets there and, like, people are trying to explain to her what's going on. And James Corden's like, oh, I've been attacked by lesbian vampires. She's like, oh, what the fuck do you mean lesbian vampires? And James Corden just goes, yep, next time he's going to have me bummed by a big gay werewolf.
That would
And I'm
be a
like-
great film.
Big gay bumming werewolves.
The vicar comes back in, gets with James Corden for a bit, and they decide to kill a vampire by, like, pushing it into a shower and turning the water on. And then the vicar starts blessing the water into holy water. But he's reciting the Lord's Prayer, but he's doing it at, like, Eminem's.
Fucking rap god.
Hail Hail Mary, full of grace, Lord is with thee. Blessed art thou amongst women.
Whoa!
Blessed is the fruit of thy womb, Jesus. Holy Mary, God, God, pray for us now, not now, but earth made it. Amen.
You have to now edit in the vicar's speech over the rap god music.
Oh, Jesus, thank you for making me work harder.
Yeah, you made the point, mate.
If I'm capable of doing it, here you go. Vicar, rap god.
Kill you. Lyrics coming at you with supersonic speed. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth.
And there it is.
Nice. Fucking hell.
The Vicar and Smithy for the rest of the film just going about trying to solve killing Camilla the Vampire Queen. So that's when they go to the tomb to find the cock sword.
I loved when Smithy got that sword out and it was cock-shaped. My immediate thought process went to the sword of Gryffindor. And I thought, yeah, how much better would Harry Potter be if the sword of Gryffindor had just been a giant cock?
So, like, there's actually a bit that I quite enjoyed with Smithy. He's got, like, all these condoms because he's expecting, like, a raunchy weekend, and he just fills them all with holy water.
Oh, yeah.
But doesn't even use
He
them.
just holds them for a while, doesn't he?
When he pulls them out, the priest, like, disapprovingly, like, questions him why he's got all those condoms, and he goes, surprise water fight? Kofi, did you laugh at James Corden then?
I laughed at you.
Channeling James Corden.
I'm leaving. I have disgraced myself.
Did you not even like the bit, Corf, where he's legging it through the woods and he's absolutely knackered, so he just says, fuck this, turns around and holds up his cross to get a breather?
Yeah, he just was like, fuck, I can't do this. I'm sitting down.
He even puts his cross, like, in the tree, just leaves it there and fucking pisses off.
Yeah, I think it works as well, doesn't it?
It actually does.
Does anyone reckon that Camilla is probably the worst vampire name of all time, or is it just me?
It's not very intimidating, like,
No,
is it?
not at
Yeah,
all.
it's like, ooh, Camilla's coming to get me. What? On the back of her horse? Fuck off.
When they introduced her at the start of the film, like, her name, I didn't hear it properly. I thought they called her Camilla.
Camilla.
Its name, Camilla.
Count Cumula.
Maybe it was. Maybe we're wrong, and that's why there's jizz everywhere.
Yeah, oh my god, that is so true. Countess Cumula.
The movie ends in a bit of a rush. Eventually, Jimmy gets the cock sword and realizes now, or he's the descendant of the Baron from the start of the film. And he's like, all right, I need to kill Camilla now with this fucking sword. But he doesn't use it like a normal person would use a sword. He just launches it like a dart. There we go. It just goes like right through her fucking chest.
Yeah, that's what you got to do. You got to get that cock right up in her chest.
Through her heart.
Take her heart out with it, because she's a lesbian, isn't she?
Metaphors, bitch.
Break her heart with your cock. that's the moral of this film. If you ever meet a lesbian, break her heart with your willy.
Of all of the lessons we've ever taught on this show.
To be honest though, this film, right, it started off and I thought, this is going to be quite good. Then it got pretty dull in between, and then all of a sudden it was over. But when it finished, it hit my absolute favourite part of the film. In the closing credits is a bit of shawaddy waddy.
Shawaddy.
Waddy.
Under the Moon of Love, which is a fucking another banger.
Absolute banger.
I think we should play out with it.
100%.
Yes.
Even though I've never heard it in my life.
You will now by the power of editing.
There we go. That was our review of 2009's Lesbian Vampire Killers. Buy our shit, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, you know.
Subscribe.
Yes.
And on that note, here's shawaddy waddy.